Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Sacred Space Sunday
Yes,
and
yes.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Why
Yeah.
are you still saying Happy New Year? Stick around and find it out. How are you doing this Sunday? Mark Christmas?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well this January 23rd. Yes.
Absolutely.
2022.
2022.
Already here.
2022.
Yeah.
Anno Domini. Well, I am Minister Naomi Jewell, the founder and spiritual director of Niyah Center, and that other, well, it's not quite a square. Mark, you're the math person. What do we call this geometric shape? Is it more of
Rectangle
a
box.
rectangle box?
Yeah.
Right. Mark Christmas, Reiki Master and Director of Holistic Wellness at the Niyah Center. And we are, in fact, the Niyah Center, which is an interfaith empowerment community. And our mission is to engage, educate, and empower one another through interreligious engagement, holistic wellness, integrated life programs, and social activism. And
Yes.
this is Sacred Space Sunday, which is a sacred space where we have interactive, interreligious, socially conscious conversations, and we draw from the insights of sacred texts, ancient wisdom teachings, and ethical principles to light the path to individual and collective insight through application, and we welcome you.
Yes, we do. Thank you. Natalie.
We welcome you. So
Pause at
if you
the end.
say that again, yeah.
We got a pause at the end. I'm not sure what that was.
Who knows? Who knows? So, if you're joining us, please let us know you're here. We feed off of your energy.
Yes.
And Mark can tell us about the power of energy and that it knows no bounds. So, although we are not physically in the same space and we don't actually see you, we 100% feel you. So, shout us out in the chat. Say hello. Let us know you're there
Yes.
and continue to be interactive. We want to hear your feedback. Agree, disagree, like, don't like. Use the emojis, all that. Like, hype it up. And you can watch us on your television through Twitch. You can, if you have Amazon Prime, you can download the Twitch app and watch us on Twitch. You can
Hmm.
watch us on YouTube live now or cast it to your screen.
Yeah.
Mark,
You can share it.
I turn it
On
over to you.
Facebook as well. If you're on Facebook, you can share. On Twitch, you can rebroadcast if you want to do that. It's the same way as sharing.
Absolutely. Yes. On Twitch, there's a little box that looks like an eject. And if you click on that, it's going to give you an opportunity to share to your page. So please share it to your page, share it on Facebook, share the love, share the love. We really do appreciate it. So, as an example, and we like to say here, we're not only the host of this program, we're also the producer. So if you see us looking away, and losing eye contact, it is because we are in the chats and checking you out and keeping this thing going. Good morning, Treva D down in DC. Treva D down in DC. Let's
Hmm.
see if we can get some of these Twitch emojis going on there. Yeah, here we go. Good morning. Hello there. We love you. Yes.
Hmm.
And if you
Okay.
subscribe to us, then you too will have access to these fun Twitch emojis. And it's one way to support what we do here and allow us to have the latest and greatest technology to come to you in a way that feels connected. So, what
Yeah.
else is going on, Mark?
So, you mentioned, switch to Twitch and follow us on Twitch. Subscribe. We know there's a number of birthdays in January. A lot of happenings in 2021 and early in 2021 now coming. Well, not just 2021, but whatever years there were. I know my Uncle Arnold has a birthday this month. My buddy Jeff Beasley, Eddie Buck, my sister Tracy Christmas Filson. Those are a few of the birthdays that come to the top of my mind. If there's some other birthdays we missed out there, please put them in the chat. We shout you out.
Yes, happy birthday to all the January birthdays, the mix of the Capricorns and the Aquarians. I believe Sinsley Powell had a birthday this month. I know Angela Slack Adams had a birthday this month. So lots of January birthdays. So we said happy birthday to all those born in January, starting their new birth year in the month of January.
You got one coming up too, right?
I do. My birthday is next month, so I look forward to hyping that up on the next Sacred Space Sunday. Every year is a great year.
Yeah, every year is a great year. And keep on counting. Keep on counting. Bravo. What's up, Bravo? Hey, good to see you, man.
Good morning, Bravo. Sending you love, sending you love.
Good
Yes.
morning from Capricorn. You got a January birthday too?
Who else
Bravo?
we have? No, hers was in December.
Okay. Okay.
She's a Capricorn, but her birthday is in
Crosses over.
December.
December and January.
But it's still, Capricorn season, I think it just ended. I don't know when. I'm not sure what date it switches in January to Aquarius, but I feel like it might have switched just about now.
Hey,
So
December 29th. Gotcha.
So yes, like we said, any love donations, we appreciate to everyone who gave and supported our program in the Niyah Center in 2021. It is because of your donations that we are able to continue to grow and to thrive. So thank you to all who shared, whether in direct donations, like I said, or subscribing through Twitch. Everyone who supported us in 2021, we send you love and appreciation, and you should have heard from us directly to receive thanks, as that is when that occurred. So we have the next Sacred Space Sunday, as we know, coming up is in February 6th. February 6th, so 2 weeks from now will be our next Sacred Space Sunday. And there's been a lot going on in the last few days, this week. A lot of individuals have made their transition in the last week or so. So we just want to take a moment of silence, just in recognition of all of those who have transitioned, and knowing that, as divine beings, we always were and always will be. And so we call it a transition because it is transition to a new state of being and realm. That you got to get there to understand it. Before we were born, we didn't know what this life was like. And so guess what? You don't get to know what happens next, but that doesn't mean that there isn't a next. So we want to celebrate and honor all of those who have transitioned, and send love to all of those who are in mourning and experience grief. So with that, we'll just have a moment of silence.
Yeah.
Thank you. So one of the individuals we wanted to take a moment to talk about was Thich Nhat Hanh. Thich Nhat Hanh made his transition at 95. 95. So that definitely is a full life. That's a full life. And so I'm going to put the link in the chat. If you haven't seen it, there's a wonderful article in the Washington Post. Now I've got to find it again. About the life of Thich Nhat Hanh. And so if you don't know much about him, then I suggest you read the article. And if you do know lots about Thich Nhat Hanh, I suggest that you read the article, because you may not know some of the things that he's done. And it really, some call him the father of mindfulness. I don't think that that's an appropriate term. He was Buddhist, and so he did write about mindfulness. He did teach a lot of Americans about mindfulness, but certainly that has been part of his tradition for thousands of years. So I wouldn't say he's the father of mindfulness, but he certainly was one who was a prophet of mindfulness and can be credited in bringing it to the attention of the world, and is one of the people who brought it to the attention of the world in the way that we have it today. And so he's
I
got some
remember
great
seeing
books.
him on an interview with Oprah years ago, and they were having tea together. He was talking about tea meditation, drinking tea.
Absolutely.
How do you
Because
meditate? Like, you take a moment to be with it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Here it is. I found it so I can share this link with you all. Yeah, and it talks about one of the things that he absolutely was an innovator and a revolutionary about was this concept called engaged Buddhism. Because there is a way that some may practice Buddhism, which really just focuses on what you need to do as an individual to achieve enlightenment. And by masses of individuals achieving enlightenment, then the world is transformed. And Thich Nhat Hanh absolutely believed in yes, and we have a responsibility while we are in this body on this planet in this lifetime to be engaged in things that are socially active. And so he absolutely was engaged in social activism, certainly someone who was active during the Vietnam conflicts. He never took a side on North and South. He really sought to really just bring peace. He sat beside Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King nominated him for a Nobel Peace Prize the year that actually that Martin Luther King Jr. won it himself. But Martin Luther King, believed that Thich Nhat Hanh was the one who was actually most deserving of this award. And so, the article also explains his name. So he wasn't born with the name Nhat Hanh. That was his Buddhist name. You get a new name when you commit in this tradition to following its teachings and its way of life. And Thich is actually a title like Reverend. So a lot of times, we talked about this recently, Mark, when we were talking about Gandhi, that Mahatma is a title. So, in many traditions, titles are bestowed, and when we don't understand the tradition, we think it's their name. I like to say, a lot of people think, Christ is Jesus's last name. It's not. Uh, so if you want to read more, we've shared the article in the chat. Certainly, there are going to be some proceedings going on today, I believe, in honor of him, some ceremonies and some rituals. And he started a monastery called Plum Village. And they absolutely are recognizing the transition of their leader. And so you can go to their website and find out more about not only what they're doing there, but things that you might be able to do on your own in the spirit of Thich Nhat Hanh. And Mark, I think you had some quotes or something that you had found that you wanted to share with us.
Yeah, he said, like I said, he was a really interesting guy when I saw the interview with Oprah. Really down to earth and cool. But one of the things that he said that stood out to me is that many of us have been running all our lives. Practice stopping. That really stood out to me. Practice stopping.
Stopping.
Yeah. Many of us have been running all our lives. Practice stopping. Yeah.
I love that. Mm-hmm. And certainly, we talked about those who may be grieving right now. And so I will also point you to the Plum Village website, because as they are grieving as well, they have posted some wonderful words, some spiritual, uplifting words to support you during this time, to remind you about the trajectory of life and death, and death's important role in this cycle of life: birth, death, rebirth. So this might be a place where you can find some comfort and solace. So plumvillage.org, plumvillage.org.
Yes, I'll put it in the chat, in the comments.
Okay, great, great. So with that, and with that set up, I think it is a great opportunity for us to become present and find our mindfulness in the spirit of Thich Nhat Hanh and all of those who have made their transition. And for those of us who are living life out loud now, let us find our posture of presence. If we're sitting, planting those feet flatly, firmly, yet gently. With back erect, but shoulders down, releasing all tension. With crown centered, chin up, but again, without tension. Finding the breath. Breathing in, breathing out. Not forcing the breath. Just acknowledging it, noticing. Noticing if you're breathing in and out, a shallow breath. Noticing. Are you breathing in, breathing out? A deep breath. Noticing. Bringing awareness to sensations in your body. Noticing. Naming, not judging sensation. Only noticing. Finding freedom in the breath. Noticing. Finding peace in the breath. Noticing. Finding love of self in the breath. Noticing. Being present in the breath. Noticing. It is this that we call joy. This peace, this love, this connection, this presence, this moment. This is joy. And in this awareness, I invite a dialogue, a conversation, a connection today that is divinely guided, divinely inspired, and mutually uplifting. That channels through me and circulates broadly. That we are able to pour into one another in oneness, love, and joy. Giving thanks for all that are here in this present moment and all that may join us in the future. And so it is. Amen and Ashe. Slowly bring yourself back to the present. Re-engaging. And I think Mark has an affirmation to share with us.
Okay. If you can just repeat after me as you continue in this moment of mindfulness, continue to be more mindful. Try to focus on the words and speak this truth. The indwelling essence of divine love is always mine. I live out loud, resting in the knowledge that I am one through spirit with all life, present and past. Say that one more time. One more time. The indwelling essence of divine love is always mine. I live out loud, LOL, resting in the knowledge that I am one through spirit with all life, present and past.
Yes. The indwelling essence of divine love is always mine. I live out loud, resting in the knowledge that I am one through spirit with all life, present and past. Living out loud. That is what I want to talk about today. The joy of living out loud. LOL. The joy of LOL. Yeah. Laughing out loud. But today we're talking about the joy of living out loud. It is the 11th hour, well, Eastern time, of the 23rd day of the first month of the year 2022, the 21st century. Happy New Year. Are you still saying Happy New Year to people you are speaking to for the first time in 22? As you can see, I am, even though this isn't the first time we're speaking in January. So I want to talk about New Year and New Year's Eve. And you may say, you just said it's the 23rd. Why are we still talking about this? Well, again, like I said earlier, stick around and find out. So, how did you spend New Year's Eve this year? So put in the chat, please. How did you spend New Year's Eve this year? Was it different from what you would do if there was no pandemic? Well, Mark and I, we watched the ball drop in Times Square on TV. This is something we've done for years, at least the last 8 or 9 years. We talked about it yesterday, and neither one of us can remember the last time we did something on New Year's Eve beyond spending it at a friend or family member's house. So this is our ritual, and I look forward to this ritual. I look forward to New Year's Eve. I look forward to that time sitting around watching the different channels. We channel surf now. Last couple of years we watch CNN. We like to watch the two Andys go back and forth. They're pretty hilarious on that particular evening. And I'm excited when it gets to that final moment, that countdown that comes so quickly. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! I love it. I love it. Why? Because in that moment, I am happy, very happy, more than happy. I am experiencing pure joy. Our family in our group chat is sending texts back and forth, emojis, GIFs, screen confetti, balloons, all the different things that we know how to do with the cell phone are going off in the chat. So even when we're distant, we feel so connected, and you can feel the love, you can feel the joy. It's a great moment, right? So yes, I look forward to that ritual every year. Others may be attending big parties, buying special outfits for New Year, maybe go out and enjoy an expensive dinner. And then some people stand in the street for hours, no matter the weather, wearing diapers, because if they go to the bathroom, they will lose their spot, just to